So not some good news today if you're a car owner. We're finding out that it's going to cost you more if you're going to a private garage. Of course, dealers are already more expensive than that because there has been a new deal, if you want to call it, worked out for auto workers, people in this segment who are going to see an increase somewhere between 36, perhaps as high as 53%, all of which means it's going to cost more to have your car repaired. And that's when you don't even consider the cost of parts now, which have become so expensive. Stéphane Bélisle is an administrator of the Association of Tire and Mechanical Specialists of Quebec. He is on the line. Monsieur Bélisle, I guess the argument here is people in this business have been waiting a long time to get a hike, I guess, in salary while others have come before them. Is that basically it?
That's basically it, yes. We had some catch-up to do. That the industry was working under conditions that would apply to the early 2010s. And with the pandemic hitting us, we found ourselves in shortages of technicians and employees, service employees. So it was negotiated that salary conditions would need to be adjusted.
Okay, meaning that perhaps if you paid a higher wage, more people would be interested in doing this job?
The hope is that we're going to keep the pool that we already have.
Okay.
We have people leaving the industry and going to other jobs that are more that have better salaries. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to stop that to start with, and the other thing was to attract new people in the industry through through the schools.
So what would a starting salary now be for someone coming into this industry, given these new hikes in pay?
Well, I should say that the salaries that we've seen in the new decree that is going to be published soon are already conditions that are in most garage in the market in the area. So we were already paying our employees above the previous decree. Mm-hmm. So for a starting mechanic that is an apprentice, the starting salary will be around $24 an hour. And when you talk about a accomplished technician that has all his certifications, it will be around $33, $34.
Okay, and then Stéphane, what does that mean for the rate that the consumer's paying, the labor rate?
Obviously, this increase has put a hold on the door labor rate for sure. So if for example, if you look at prior to the pandemic in 2017 to 2018, most of the independent garage were around $80 to $90 an hour, and now it's more common to have everybody around $100, $115 an hour.
So I'm reading as well, and this is all well and good, obviously, for people working in the industry. When you consider, I think the figure was about 4 or 5 years ago, you were paying about $85 an hour. It's becoming more and more expensive to repair your car, and some people simply say, you know what, I can't afford to do this anymore. Are you not concerned that might happen?
Unfortunately, well, yes, we are concerned, and we're trying to alleviate those increases by managing better and making sure that we price ourselves right in the market. But on the other hand, you have the technologies that are evolving so quickly behind us from all the new cars that are coming in, and we have to buy equipment, train our people, and so this puts a lot of pressure on us as well to invest into our businesses to keep up with all those technologies that are coming in.
So, as I said, not everybody is on board with this. Thank you so much. You can stay on the line. I want you to hear right now from our guest, Francois Vincent, who's Vice President of the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses here in Quebec. Monsieur Vincent, you don't think this is a good idea, is that right?
But it's going to have an impact on the price for consumer, and we don't think it is a good idea because we we do not think at CFIB that a sector should have a collective agreement by decree. Quebec is the only province in North America to have that. So you do not have that in Alberta. You do not have that in Ontario. And when you look at the wages for technician steering, suspension, brakes in Canada, you have higher wages in Alberta. You have higher wage in Ontario, and they do not have to comply for a parity committee that will say you have to pay that and that and that. And on top of that, more paperwork and payroll taxes of 0.3% or 0.5%. So it do create more problems and stress for small business owners.
So it's bad for small business owners, also bad for consumers, because I'm thinking it's not like this is an optional thing. Your car breaks down, you need to get it repaired.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not true that if you are increasing by 25%, it will not have an impact on the price for consumer, on the pressure for the other employees. So it will have an impact. And you do not have, except construction, any other sector in the industry that have that kind of collective agreement adopted by the labor minister to impose barriers for a sector. And the other sectors are facing labor shortages, and they are increasing wage for their employees. And you know what? The first thing that business owners are saying to us, what they would help them to increase salaries is to reduce taxes. And these decrees, they are imposing higher payroll taxes than other industries that do not have a decree. Mm-hmm. And I repeat, it is not a kind of policy that is in place in the rest of Canada. And even in automobile, in services of cars, it's not all the regions who do have a decree. So you have regions that will have imposed a 25% increase for their salaries, and you do have other regions in Quebec who do not have that kind of regulation. So I think it is demonstrating that.
Yeah, so it's not
we should not have that.
Not a very level playing field is what you're suggesting, if not everybody's abiding by the same rules and regulations. Monsieur Vincent, I want to thank you so much for the time. I wonder how this gets settled, by the way. I wonder if the government actually steps in and does something about this. We'll have to wait and see. Bottom line for now, it's going to cost you more to have your car repaired at a garage as opposed to a dealer.
Okay. Well, that's not good news at all.
No.
Not good news in the least.